Hi, my name is Nat, and I'm an artist and a total Halloween fanatic. So if you look on my channel, you'll see some of my performance art up here, and this is going to be completely different from that. So if you have looked at those videos before, which I think only maybe like 50 people have, this is something very different. I have very limited lighting. I have a microphone that isn't working, so I'm just using my phone's microphone, which I know people hate. So probably no one will watch this because I have a very non-existent audience already, so it doesn't really matter. And I guess I just am posting this because I really like my house. Hold on, there's a train whistling because I live in the middle of the country where there's a train that runs through once a day, which of course is right now. You can see I'm totally prepared for this, 100%. I completely know what I'm doing and think that this is a great idea. But anyways, I really like my house, and a lot of what has been inspiring to me lately has been Halloween, spooky season. I'm a Johanna Parker fan, as you can see. And that's the type of stuff that is just making me feel good. So why not try and capitalize off that for a video if that's where my creative energy is at right now. So I'm gonna show you around my house a little bit as it is right now, which this is the kind of like spring, summer decor. As you'll see, I have a very cabin-y house. I live kind of out in the middle of nowhere a little bit with my partner. And if you hear scratching and running around in the background, it's because we have two cats who do not care that there's a video being filmed, Miss Sweet Pea. All right, I have to do the cat tax. Hold on. Were you scratching? Were you scratching back there? I love the carpet that we have because they tear it up all the time and you just can't tell. You just can't tell at all. All right, there you go. But anyways, I'll show you around. You'll get to see what it's like now. Then I'm gonna show the different elements of this collection of stuff that I've accumulated for Halloween. Then I'm gonna probably do some decorating time lapses, and then hopefully I can do some process videos of the Halloween decor that I make myself because I love doing that. It's one of my favorite parts of the season. And some of my favorite decor pieces are either ones that I've completely done myself or pieces that I have kind of modified and done repaints on that I got from big box stores that I wasn't quite satisfied with. So yeah, let's get going. All right, we're gonna start the house tour from here in the kitchen, because this door is usually where we walk in, so this is kind of the way that one naturally flows through the house most of the time, even though we do have another front door. I keep refilming this because I keep getting distracted by all of the different stuff that I have, because I'm kind of like a crow who gets really drawn to little trinkets and stuff, obviously, or else my house wouldn't look like this. But I'm just going to kind of move through and very briefly describe what it is that needs to be switched out. So, like for example, even though that print is very sort of Halloween themed, I actually have one that is much more so that's going to be switched out for the kitchen, and then I'll probably move that into another room. A lot of stuff will stay, like the broom will stay. That little black and white print will stay. I'm sure some stuff, oh, this is a like cauldron under here, that will stay. This little curtain, I don't know what the half curtains are called, will stay, etc. This is the living room, which is definitely my favorite room in the house. It's kind of like the heart of the home for us, and it also is the room that I've put the most effort into making look the way that I want it to. So in here, because of the wood paneling, it is very cozy and it very naturally suits fall decor. I have a ton of decor, but honestly, you wouldn't really need to do a whole lot to kind of get the room feeling that way, I suppose. But there are certain things I'll do besides just generally switching out, like the little spring vignettes that we have over here and kind of on the bookcase. The stuff that we'll do is like switch out the fairy lights for more Halloween colors. These are still the fairy lights that I had up for Christmas, but you kind of have to have some type of lighting like that in this room just to combat the darkness that the paneling can bring, and also the fact that we're surrounded by trees on all sides in this house, so we don't get a lot of natural light. But that will be something more seasonally appropriate. And we'll switch out all the linens. We will not switch out the skeleton, but we will give him some new digs. He's in his summer outfit right now with the Hawaiian shirt and the cowboy boots. My landlord was freaked out by the skeleton, which I couldn't possibly see why someone would find it weird to have a skeleton sitting out just all year round. But, you know, I guess to each their own. We'll probably switch out some of these paintings, although maybe not. They're actually pretty fall. The one in the middle is mine, and then the ones on the side that are on canvas are my partner's. We have a little Batik sample that matches with the Batik on the chair. And we'll probably switch out those paintings too. Alright, so let's move. We've got this kind of little, it's like part of the living room, but also a hallway. It's a pretty small house, so we deal with those kind of awkward space things in a few different places. These little vignettes that I have up will be changed. I'm not sure what to do with this because this was like my Johanna Parker little display area, but now it has so many books on it that I don't know what to do. Our house is overflowing with books because I work at a used bookstore, so they're really cheap, and I also get a 50% discount, so they collect quickly. There's this summer painting that I was gonna put up and then just completely forgot and left there. But I'll switch out stuff like these little wall hangings. Well, maybe I'll keep the beetles out. Those are kind of spooky. Those are from my grandma's house, which we had to clear out recently, but she has so much beautiful art and stuff like that, so I was able to get some really lovely pieces from her. So let's move into the bedroom. We have fairy lights again, which again, will be switched out. I still have some orange lights up there, but I'll take down the colored ones that are just like the regular kind of Christmas light colors and put up some like purple and green ones. I don't really feel the need to switch out most of those wall hangings, nor do I feel the need to change out the bedspread, because that is actually one that I got for Halloween last season from Mexicali Blues, although I don't think they sell this one in particular anymore, but I loved it so much that I just kept it on there all year, and now we're here again and I still love it, and I will still keep it on. My favorite spot to decorate in this room is my dresser. There's a little Sweet Pea in her favorite spot to sleep, which is this cat tree that sadly, because of the AC unit, she keeps getting disrupted while she's sleeping in, so she'll be happy when fall comes along. These wall hangings up here actually were also ones that I hung up for Halloween, and then was just like, I like this, so I'll keep it. So I'll probably like it and keep it continually through the rest of the season. But most of this will be switched out for other stuff. Although, not my little cat family and frog. Yeah, that's right, Sweet Pea. Yeah, that's right. Oh, hello. Hello. I'm sorry. Okay. I can't get distracted. Let's go to the bathroom. Oh, that print will also stay. Down there, actually, first is my partner's little studio space that also has a ton of both of our paintings hanging up in it, and I'm not going to go in there because it's kind of a mess and where we just sort of put random stuff and also a ton more books. So I'll just leave that as a mystery. There's a brief little look and you can imagine how messy it is otherwise. You also won't get to see my own studio. This is the bathroom. It is absolutely tiny, which also makes it one of the most difficult spaces to decorate. This that I'm showing you, that floor area, is like, that's it. There's the wall. There's the wall. The only real storage space we have in here is this little shelf. But for some reason, whenever I'm in a tiny space, I just get the really weird urge to fill it up with crap. So I just did this like very crowded sort of gallery walls type of deal, and I'll switch out some of those for more fall things. Although I kind of have a shortage of like Halloween themed prints, so I probably won't be able to have as much stuff hanging in here. But yeah, this is for some reason how my brain copes with having like no space for knickknacks, is just like throw art on it. It's fine. It'll be fine. Oh, and that is also one of my favorite things ever that my partner got me for Christmas this past year. It's a frog with an incredibly gorgeous leg who holds our toilet paper for us, which I'm sure you've probably seen on TikTok because I think it kind of went viral there a bit. But yeah, so this is the house as it stands right now. This is kind of the space that we're working with. I'll start by doing linens probably and lighting, so changing out the fairy lights because those are just the easiest to accomplish, and I probably won't be able to work on this much this week. And also because of the way the lighting is, I won't be able to change it out easily if I have all of my really precious, delicate ceramic decorations out and I can't move furniture around and stuff. We'll probably do some time lapses of that, and also I'll have to take down all of the decorations that won't be staying out for the season, so we'll see what ends up happening with videos in that vein. But yeah, that's my house. I love it. And there you go. All right, so it's time for me to show you guys the linens that I'm gonna be putting out this year. I have, I would say, a fair amount of like Halloween, autumn themed linens, which that linens for me includes towels, tablecloths, blankets, any like fabric-y thing that is used for decorating, which I feel like is sometimes not, I don't know, given its flowers in the way that I feel like it should be, because I think for me that's kind of the essential base on which to add other Halloween items. I'm also going to be going over the Halloween pillows that I have, which I actually don't have as many as I thought. I felt kind of bad for buying another Halloween pillow this season, but it turns out there's not really that many that I have, because a lot of the ones that I see in stores feel kind of like cheesy in a way that is not my particular brand of cheesy. I'm very into kitsch. This is part of why I love Halloween so much, because I can fully just commit to being kitschy and having all of the type of goofy things that are maybe not as like, I don't know, like highbrow as what some decorators really enjoy. And that's also the main reason why I love artists like Johanna Parker, who are really tapping into that, which I know a ton of people also love, but I like mixing her stuff with other things that really fit into that type of like genre of decor versus mixing her stuff with things that I feel like are more modernized. And that's just my personal style. I think people should decorate however they want to. But anyways, I'm going to start off with towels first, and I guess because I just mentioned her, I should start with some of her stuff. And I'm just going to run through these quickly because I actually have a fair amount of towels. So the first thing I have, classics that I found last year, are her little moon towels. I don't know the names of her characters, so I'm just going by what they are. I do actually use her stuff, which I know a lot of people only use hers for decorating. I was a little bit late to the party with her because I've only really committed to the Halloween decor for a couple years now, so I didn't really understand. I even passed up getting some of her stuff in stores because I didn't realize how hard it can be to find her things in stores, because people, mainly resellers, just snap it up so quickly. So that's a constant regret that I live with. But I did find last year her moon towels. Of course, it came in a set of 2. So I have these and I do use them, and they have washed fine. You know, I might not use them as much this year just to keep them from getting too stained, especially since these ones are so light. But anyways, I have those. I did also find last year her little witchy towel that came with this, which I actually really love this pattern so much. You can see it's got these great star polka dot pattern, very cutesy, feels very like vintagey. And I had looked for the other witch that she had, but this was the one that I could find, and I couldn't find any other ones this year, so that's what I have, and I love it. I think she's adorable. I did also get this year, I saw these everywhere, which I know that some people have been looking all over the place for them. I saw them so many times and I was unconvinced whether I would buy them or not, but they weren't that expensive. I think they were only like $7, and I thought, you know, Carnival Cottage, if you don't know, which is the line that is usually sold at TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Marshall stores, just the TJX brand stores, is being discontinued. So I thought, you know what, even though I like those other towel patterns a little better, I just want to get it while I can and while it's here. And I still think that this is a really adorable little pattern. Her cats are like my favorite of her designs, which I know is true for a lot of other people too. So I got that. I think that's the only Johanna Parker that I have. Oh, there is one more thing that I did find. I found the napkins that everyone has been super interested in. That's that same moon pattern, and this was one of those situations in the store where I always do like a few rounds because I try and get to Home Goods, especially in the morning when I know that they're just putting stuff out, and I will walk around the store a couple times and circle back to spots to see if anything has come out. And this was one of those situations where I had been looking in the napkin section and then I didn't see anything. It was kind of sad, and then I circled back around and these were out. So that's how I got those and was super pleased about it because that moon print is so lovely, and the whole like Luna collection of ceramic pieces that she put out, I didn't get any of that. I wasn't able to find any in my local TJX stores, so that was just nice to find. It was nice to find that and have it, even though I don't have like a dining room, so I'll have to use the napkins in a different way because I don't have like a dining room table to do place settings on. So I'll probably either use that kind of as like washcloths in my bathroom, or I'll use it as like different linen accents. I love to put little cute napkins and stuff underneath decorations as kind of a base. I do also have this one, which was one of the first Halloween towels that I ever bought. I thought it was so cute. You can kind of see the pattern there. Adorable. And that was one of the sparks that was like, ooh, I actually really like this stuff. Oh no, I'm gonna continue to buy this stuff. This little cute ghosty was also one of the first Halloween towels that I bought. I do have some of these just more like fall towels, which are also great as a base for things because they're not super complicated, just kind of like a standard color with some type of fall pattern in the same color on top of it. And I have a couple of those, but that's the only one I'm going to show because that's sort of boring. I have this little Halloween towel, which I thought was a cute, very vintagey print. And then my grandma's linen cupboard from when we were clearing out her house when she had to move to a home this past year had a couple little Halloween things in it. So this little towel was one of them, which I just thought was so cute. And I'm the only one in my family who's as into Halloween as I am, so I got to take all those linens. And there's a couple other things from that I'll get to later. And my favorite find from last year as far as Halloween towels go was these guys who I just love. They remind me of, what's the name? Get the name. Oh, Charles Wysocki, who is an amazing painter, does really great, very like folk art inspired landscape paintings that are often made into puzzles. So if that name for some reason rings a bell for you, that's probably where you know him from. He has tons of puzzles. You see them everywhere. They're super cute. They're like my family's favorite kind of puzzle. Our like family activity is doing these puzzles, and this print just really reminded me of that style. And these ones I use, this one I'll just use in the kitchen. You can see it's a little dirtier, but this one I sort of put up and aside as just as a fun, very Halloween looking little scene there. And I kind of want to keep this one safe because I've only seen them once. I didn't see them last year, so I want to make sure that at least one of them stays clean, which is probably also what I'll do with the Johanna Parker stuff, just to make sure that it stays good. So that's the little tea towels that I had to show you. I know I have others floating around. I would say that grouping is my favorite, so there you go. Let's see, I'll move to what's next to me. This is gonna be, and has been for the past few years, the curtain that I use for the shower. It was on sale at a Home Goods, I think for like, I don't know, like $12. And it's like standard fall color. However I feel like decorating in the bathroom, I can sort of make it work with this because it's pretty neutral. I don't like a super crazy pattern for my like bathroom shower curtain because I love hanging a bunch of pictures in the shower, and the more like having such a huge pattern with that is not conducive to composing a room with a bunch of pictures because it ends up becoming too busy. And then you have to make sure that the pictures you put up match super directly with the pattern in the shower curtain. I just don't have time for it. So I am not doing that. Where I am adding a bolder pattern is the curtains that we put in our bedroom, which I did last year. They're these print curtains. I think actually it goes this way. They're just this really lovely print. And so I like mixing kitschy stuff with really beautiful vintage looking prints that kind of, I guess in my mind, it elevates the kitsch a little bit. So I really love these. I'm pretty sure they sell these on Wayfair for really expensive, but I actually found someone selling them on Amazon for like way cheaper, like significantly cheaper. I think on Wayfair the set was like $60, and I found these guys on Amazon I think for like $20. So if you see something you really like, it's worth it to check around and see, hey, does somewhere have it cheaper? Because this is literally the same exact curtain that was much less expensive. So I have those two. And I guess I'll show you, this is kind of my like tablecloth. And also I'll show you, I have this, this was one of the Johanna Parker things I was actually able to find this year, which is this adorable apron. And it's in this pattern that I had sort of wished those other towels that I got this year had been, because I feel like this is just, it's a little less gimmicky. Like I don't really like patterns that have writing on them, which the other towels do. And I just thought that was super cute, and I had never thought to like get a Halloween apron to hang up in the kitchen. And then I saw this and I was like, oh, that's so cute, and that's just like a really nice little pop of color that you can kind of hang up anywhere, and you get that look without really having to take up a ton of space with decoration, which my house is not very big. So the more that I can have cute little pops of things that are not taking up a ton of room and are already functional for some reason, the better. So I was super happy to find this. I've seen this a couple times in stores. I haven't seen many people buying it online though with the other people who I follow, so I am not sure if maybe it's just my area that people aren't as interested in it and aren't snatching it up, like resellers aren't snatching it up here. But this was one that I found a little bit easier to get a hold of at Home Goods if you, like many others, are desperately hunting for Johanna Parker stuff. And it's Johanna Parker Halloween, so I don't know if this is part of the Carnival Cottage line. It's possible these will come back next year, because I know that she has other collaborations with like Transpac and stuff like that, so she will still be there. It just won't be that line that we've come to love. Another find that I found actually a few months ago in my local Goodwill is this incredible tablecloth that I saw and immediately was like, of course I have to have that. Unfortunately, the linens at Goodwill in my area have bumped all their prices from $2 to $6. Like a couple of years ago, any linen was like $2 flat, whatever you wanted, but they've bumped it since then. But I feel like $6 for a super cute tablecloth print, you know, can't beat it. I know that Home Goods has this year a few other tablecloths that are very similar to this style. So if you were interested in this type of a tablecloth, then I know that they're definitely out there. I just know that it would be hard to find one for as good a deal. So, you know, check your thrift stores, see if anyone has left one. Or better yet, check your thrift stores next year and see if anyone has donated a tablecloth in a similar style from Home Goods that they bought this year, which is another way to try and like get the deals on stuff. I do also have, here, let's see, we'll do this one. This is a very neutral tablecloth, which I used on our little like kitchen counter. We've got like a little kitchen eating counter area that's not like the regular kitchen counter where we cook. And it's just like a very neutral base. It has kind of fall motifs on it, but it can kind of work with a range of different colors. And I sort of did like a witchy kitchen type of deal last year, so this worked really well with that. I'm not sure if I'll find a use for this time around, but it's nice to have different, more neutral things that can work with other styles of decor depending on what it is that you're interested in trying to create that season. So I also have this. It's a tablecloth. I used it as a blanket last year. It's just got a really nice sunflower pattern, also a little bit more neutral colors. The only thing about it that is kind of difficult to make it work is that the oranges definitely have a lot more like of a toned down sort of coloring, so they don't work as well with like a super bright orange, because then it makes them look weird. It makes both oranges look weird. Like, I don't know if you can see, like with that, it's like it makes this orange look more gray, and it makes this orange look more like a construction orange. So I might have to put it somewhere where I don't have as many oranges like this. Anyways, moving on to blankets. This blanket has a similar problem in terms of the colors not quite matching, but it also not being quite neutral enough to just be a base. But I actually spent way too long crocheting this myself. So it's like I crocheted it for autumn. I feel obligated to put it out because I spent so much time making this. I would literally work on it on and off for like 2 or so years. I would pull it out, work on it for a while, then I would get bored because it's just like a very simple single stitch crochet. and put it away for a few months and then pull it out, and that cycle continued until I finally finished it. But hopefully I can find a spot where this will fit. We'll see. I might put it in the bedroom. I'm not sure. And then I have, this is going to be really difficult to see. I'll probably do a shot of it, but I have this giant cat blanket. It's by, oh, who's this artist? It's this artist who did a ton of psychedelic paintings. And I'll have to put up, I know which website it is, I just can't think of it now, so I'll probably just write it on the screen right here. But they do a bunch of blankets that are using different artists' work, and I have loved his art. I would love to get some prints of that. I'll also put the artist's name up since I can't remember his name now, but he does a ton of like kind of weird and sometimes creepy psychedelic cats and is great. I think there was like a resurgence in his popularity pretty recently. So a bunch more people know about his work, myself included, which I think is great. I think, you know, I love it when artists who maybe haven't gotten as much recognition at the height of their production end up being recognized later as being very cool. So yeah, that's this one. This one usually goes on the bed. I kind of like it the other way around too, like the inverse. So you get more of a like black cat look, but we'll see. That one will probably end up like folded on the end of the bed because I love the print so much that's in there that you saw with my little house walkthrough. Okay, so now let's see. Yeah, let's go to pillows. It's pillow time, guys. So, here, hold on. So as I said, I have not as many spooky pillows as I thought. There are some that are gonna stay out that sort of work with the theme. And usually, like, I always keep these fuzzy pillows out just because they're so comfortable. I'll keep this one out. But my actual Halloween pillows are, I guess I'll start with this one. If you are into Halloween stuff, you have probably seen this pillow already. I'm pretty sure it was like from Dollar Tree, and I was so shocked because I thought they were so cute. I have two of them. And Dollar Tree usually has the types of pillows that I kind of hate. Ones that are like really bad coloring that just say like trick or treat or something on them and are not very cute and just kind of like, oh, okay, that's a pillow. Yeah, it is technically a pillow. But these ones, like, perfect vintage retro theme and really, oh, the cat is getting into a box that the pillows were in because it's a cat, so of course it is. Anyways, I just found these so adorable and really well done. They're not super well made. Like, I'm pretty sure one of them, I thought the seam was starting to rip in some spot. But, you know, I'm happy to have them. I was happy to find these for such a good price. And I have used them for the past couple years since I found them. Oh, hold on. Hey, Miss Sweet Pea. Hey. Hi, baby. All right, the next pillow is this one that I found at Home Goods that is so cute and is one of their beaded pillows, many of which I'm not a big fan of, but I saw this one and I was like, yes, I am a huge fan of that. I will get it immediately. Thank you very much. And it's a great little accent pillow. I'm realizing that on camera, all of these look much bigger than they are. This one, like if you see it like that, it's actually quite small, which makes me think about how a lot of decor videos that I've been watching probably have a lot smaller items than what looks like it's being shown on camera. But at the very least, you can kind of see the detail with the way the camera is. And this is very much me when it comes to Halloween decorating. Okay, so another one that I love that I'm sure if you're into all this stuff you have also seen is this one. The roses are red, shadows are black, ghosts in the garden, watch your back, which I'm not a huge fan of sayings on stuff, but I thought that mixed with the sort of like, it's got kind of the antique sign. It looks like one of those old advertisements that you find in like really old newspapers or old magazines. And that mixed with like a sort of cute but not super obvious saying, I was like, yeah, I'll go for that. I think that's nice. So this is the one that usually lives on my bed as like the Halloween accent pillow on the bed. So we'll see if I end up putting it there this year. What I might switch it out for is this pillow, which this is the other one that I felt kind of bad for buying, but I had wanted it last year, but ran out of my budget for Halloween stuff by the time that I saw it. So I was like, no, I can't get it. And it also is not quite the colors that I usually use, but it might actually work on the bed. And that's this one that you also have probably seen if you're into this stuff and you're like a home goods Halloween hunter, which this one I actually found at Marshall's. I don't have a ton of stuff that is like yellow and black. I usually tend towards the more classic like orange and black Halloween stuff, which is why it's like, oh, I'm not sure if this will work. We'll see. But I suppose if I had like these two together, then the yellow accents of this kind of play with the moon. So I don't know. I'll probably keep it. I haven't taken the tags off yet. This one was $17, which is a little bit steep. Pillows are always expensive, which I find very annoying. Which is why I just need to start making my own Halloween pillowcases. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll see. But I thought that this one is a good addition to what is the end of my pillows. That's it. That's all that I have. I know some people who have like 20 different Halloween pillows, which is maybe too much, but I only have a little handful of accents that I use with other stuff. And then of course I've got some like creepy cloth sitting over there, nothing really special. I often try and keep a hold of different stuff I've been using through the year as far as blankets go. Like I might keep up this Batik that I have on the back of my couch, which if you don't know what Batik is, it's the style of fabric printing that is most common. Oh. Sweet Pea tried to jump into the box that I'd put up on a chair and the box fell off the chair. Because of course it did. You okay? Yeah, she's okay. Anyways, Batik is this really interesting and intricate style of fabric printing that's most common in Indonesia. Like all my batik is from Indonesia because my mom lived there as a kid, and when she went back years later to visit, she brought back a ton of like beautiful fabric samples that I just put up different places that are also pretty fall. Like this green and gold type of thing I think will fit pretty well with Halloween stuff. So I might switch it from the couch, but I'll probably keep it up. I also have, here, I'll just see if I can just show you. That tablecloth that's on that table is this beautiful like night sky print. So I'll probably just keep that there. And I have a few other like knitted blankets that are just like neutral kind of fallish colors that'll also stay up. So again, because this house naturally fits into fall, there's a lot of things that will just stay. I do also have this that I just put on this chair recently. It's kind of hard to tell, but it has like a sunflower cranberry type of print that also feels very fall, so I'll probably just leave it there. I might switch it around, but it very much fits what I try and do. So yeah, those are the linens. That took longer than I thought it would to get through, because it doesn't feel like I have very much, but there they are a half an hour later. So yeah, we'll kind of move on to doing some decorating stuff later. I'll probably film that tomorrow because I have a day off tomorrow. And as I said, I'll put out the linens first and do the lighting stuff. So there you go.